So, what do you do for work? I help people love who they are unconditionally and embody their highest self in the process. Why? Because underneath it all, that's what each and every single one of us wants more than anything. And it's the driving force behind everything that we think and do and feel. What do you mean when you feel self-loathing or shame or resentment for who you are, or when you feel unworthy of the love that you desire to feel? You either try to change aspects of who you are in order to change the feelings that are there, or you run from them. And this is why you never feel satisfied inside of the life that you create, or don't feel comfortable fully expressing how you feel, or don't acknowledge what you really want or have the confidence to pursue it. Or this is why you find yourself inside of relationships that don't feel fully fulfilling, or why you constantly seek out experiences to suppress the longing that you feel, but never fully feel like that longing feeling dissipates. How would loving myself change any of that? When you feel unconditional self-acceptance, that energy radiates from you, and people take notice of that, and they want to be around you in a way that they didn't before. And you start to attract people on that same wavelength, opening up room for connections that feel more aligned and much deeper than before. Also, it doesn't matter where you are, who you're with, or what you're doing, you're fully able to ground into the present moment and opening up to fully enjoying it rather than your mind jumping to what's next and distracting you from the beauty of the now. You start to trust in the flow of life to guide you where you're meant to go. And you just know that everything's going to work itself out. And this opens you up to a deeper connection to your intuition and your highest knowing. And you begin to feel relaxed in a way that you couldn't before, when you were a lot more anxious and trying to control life and the reality around you. You start to actually give yourself permission to celebrate yourself and your achievements rather than constantly chasing the next high. And you access this sense of self-satisfaction that may not have been accessible before. Your intuition opens, and you're able to communicate with your highest self and your spirit guides and a higher consciousness that allows you to access wisdom and truth and a deeper sense of self-trust that you may not have been open to before. And finally, you're able to sit alone with your own thoughts and your own energy, because the inner chaos and racing thoughts have subsided. And rather than feeling like you have to constantly distract yourself from the discomfort that you feel, instead you can sit with it and feel it and lovingly release it. And in doing so, feel a sense of inner peace that wasn't there before. And ultimately, if each and every single one of us chooses love, how would that change our interactions with one another? And what would that do to change the turmoil that we see the world over? I don't want to love myself. I totally understand that. And you don't have to. Sometimes when we feel like there's something missing inside of us or something that should be different, an inherent wrongness of some sort, we resist choosing love because we just don't feel worthy of it. Or there's a part of us that isn't ready to forgive the wrongness that we perceive is there. And sometimes there's wisdom in that choice, because there's something to be learned from experiencing it and the life that we create and how it feels when we make that choice. However, one day you're going to get so fed up with the pain and the heartache of that choice that you will be ready to choose something different. And the distinction between the pain and the love will feel so distinct that you will understand why it was necessary to experience both. And you're gonna feel so grateful for the bravery that it took to make a different choice. And I promise you, it will be worth the wait. What's even required to learn how to do that? Forgiving everything about who you are and what you've done that you don't feel is justified to be forgiven, and doing it anyway. And slowly facing all of the parts of you that are in pain and allowing those voices to be seen and heard and felt from an open heart. And slowly in time, the pain that you feel subsides because you learn how to hold it with love. That sounds extremely hard and very time consuming. So does choosing hate. What if I already love myself and I don't need to learn how to do it more? Then I'm so happy for you. And I'm so genuinely excited for you that you feel complete and whole. However, if you ever begin to notice that those feelings don't linger in the way that you want them to, or if you ever sense a feeling of unease that's there that you wish were different, the option to open to more love is always available for you. Whatever choice you make will always be the best choice, because on some level it's going to serve a deeper purpose for you. But the path that you walk is never set in stone, and you can always change and choose a different one anytime you want to. It's your reality and it's your life, and that is the entire beauty of coming here, is that it's a choose your own adventure, and you get to rewrite your story any time that you want to. You feel different. That's because I chose to.